Have you ever experienced a moment that felt too perfect to be a coincidence? Maybe you glanced at the clock and it read 11:11, or you bumped into an old friend just when you needed support. These moments are called synchronicities, and they are not just random occurrences. They are powerful signals from the universe. But here's the brutal truth. Most people are completely missing these signs. Why? Stick around, because today we're diving deep into the reality of synchronicities, why they matter, and how you can start harnessing their power. Welcome to our channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our exploration into the mysteries of life. Today, we're opening the door to understanding synchronicities, those magical moments that seem to guide us, push us, or even warn us. But what are they really? Let's strip away the fluff and get to the heart of the matter. Synchronicities are meaningful coincidences that happen when we align with a deeper intelligence or universal consciousness. They are signs that the universe is communicating with us, nudging us toward our true path. Think of them as breadcrumbs left for us to follow, if we're paying attention. To really understand the magic of synchronicities, let's take a step back and explore where this idea comes from. The concept of synchronicity was first introduced by Carl Jung, a Swiss psychologist who revolutionized how we think about the mind and the universe. In the 1920s, Jung began noticing that some coincidences in his patients' lives were too meaningful to be dismissed as random. He coined the term synchronicity to describe these events, defining them as the simultaneous occurrence of events that appear significantly related but have no discernible causal connection. For Jung, synchronicities were evidence of a deeper order in the universe, a bridge between our inner thoughts and the outer world. Jung's fascination with synchronicity came from a famous story involving a patient. She was telling him about a dream of a golden scarab beetle when, at that exact moment, a similar beetle flew into the room, an incredibly rare occurrence. This wasn't just a coincidence. It was a synchronicity that broke through her skepticism and opened her to new possibilities. Jung saw this as proof that the universe operates on principles beyond cause and effect, a realm he called the collective unconscious, where archetypes and symbols connect us all. But Jung wasn't alone in recognizing these patterns. Long before him, spiritual traditions around the world had their own ways of understanding meaningful coincidences. In Hinduism, the idea of samskara suggests that our past actions leave impressions that shape future events, often in unexpected ways. In Taoism, aligning with the Tao, the natural flow of life, brings harmony and synchronicity. Native American cultures have always seen signs in nature, like the flight of a hawk or the shape of clouds, as messages from the spirit world. These traditions show that synchronicities aren't a modern invention. They're a timeless truth about how the universe speaks to us. So, what's happening when we experience a synchronicity? Science offers some clues. Quantum physics, for instance, suggests that reality is more interconnected than we think. The principle of quantum entanglement shows that particles can influence each other instantly, no matter how far apart they are. Could synchronicities be a macro-level version of this, moments where the fabric of reality aligns to send us a message? Neuroscientists also point to the brain's ability to find patterns, a skill that helped our ancestors survive. When we notice synchronicities, it might be our brain tapping into this ancient wiring, heightened by a universal intelligence we're only beginning to understand. Let's bring this to life with some powerful examples. Picture this. You're thinking about an old friend you haven't seen in years, and within hours, they call you out of the blue. Or maybe you're wrestling with a tough choice, like whether to move to a new city, and you keep seeing signs pointing you in one direction, like a song on the radio or a stranger's comment that hits home. These are synchronicities, and they're not just feel-good moments, they're guideposts. Take the story of Mark, a musician who kept seeing the number 444 during a creative slump. He looked it up and found it's often linked to protection and encouragement. Inspired, he pushed through his block and wrote a song that later got him a record deal. Or consider Lisa, who found a book on meditation in a thrift store the same day she decided to reduce stress in her life. That book led her to a practice that transformed her health. These stories show that synchronicities aren't random. They're personal invitations to grow, act, or reflect. But why do so many of us miss these signs? Beyond what we'll cover later, let's dig into the psychological barriers. Our modern world is a whirlwind of noise: smartphones, deadlines, endless notifications. This constant distraction drowns out the quiet whispers of the universe. Psychologists call this attentional overload, where our focus is so fragmented that we can't see the bigger picture. Add to that a cultural bias toward skepticism, and it's no wonder we overlook these moments. Historically, this wasn't always the case. Before the Industrial Revolution, people lived closer to nature and relied on intuition to navigate life. A farmer might see a flock of birds as a sign of rain, or a sailor might trust a dream to avoid a storm. Today, we've traded that intuitive wisdom for data and logic, which can disconnect us from the subtle cues synchronicities offer. Reclaiming this awareness isn't just about noticing signs, it's about rediscovering a lost part of ourselves. The stakes are high when we ignore these signals. Synchronicities often show up during pivotal moments, times of change, crisis, or opportunity. Miss them, and you might stay stuck in a job you hate, pass up a life-changing relationship, or ignore a warning that could save you trouble. But when you tune in, you align with a flow that feels almost effortless, like the universe is conspiring to help you succeed. So, how do we bridge this gap and start seeing more synchronicities? It starts with intention. By setting an intention to notice these signs, you prime your mind to spot them. Pair that with curiosity. Ask yourself, what could this mean when something unusual happens? Over time, you'll build a sensitivity to the universe's language, turning fleeting coincidences into powerful insights. Let's break it down with some relatable examples. Ever noticed how you see the number 1111 everywhere? Or perhaps you've had a chance encounter with someone who ends up playing a significant role in your life. These aren't just coincidences, they are synchronicities. They are messages from the universe, reminding us that we are connected to something greater than ourselves. But here's where it gets tricky. Many of us dismiss these moments as mere chance. We've been conditioned to believe that everything must be logical and rational. Society has taught us to ignore the whispers of the universe in favor of hard facts and figures. So, why do we overlook these signs? Let's dive into the reasons why we often miss synchronicities. First, we live in a world dominated by skepticism. From a young age, we are taught to trust only what we can see and measure. This scientific mindset has its merits, but it can also blind us to the magic happening all around us. Then there's our brain's reticular activating system, or RAS. This part of our brain filters information and helps us focus on what we deem important. If you're not trained to value synchronicities, your RAS will filter them out. You'll walk right past the signs, oblivious to their existence. So what's the cost of ignoring these powerful signals? It's high. When we overlook synchronicities, we miss out on golden opportunities. We might find ourselves stuck in a rut, living life on autopilot, unaware of the possibilities that the universe is trying to present to us. Think about it. Every time you ignore a synchronicity, you might be turning away from a chance to connect with someone who could change your life, or a decision that could lead to your dream career. Ignoring these signs can lead to stagnation, while embracing them can bring freedom and clarity. Now that we've uncovered the reality of synchronicities, let's talk about how you can start seeing and utilizing them in your life. Here are some actionable steps to get you started. Track patterns in a journal. Keep a journal dedicated to your synchronicities. Write down any meaningful coincidences you experience. Over time, you'll start to see patterns and connections that will guide you. Lean into your gut instincts. Trust your intuition. If something feels significant, don't ignore it. The universe often speaks through our gut feelings. Act on the signs. When you notice a synchronicity, take action. Whether it's reaching out to someone, exploring a new opportunity, or simply being more aware of your surroundings, act on those nudges. Cultivate awareness and openness. Finally, maintain an open mindset. Be willing to see the world differently. The more you open yourself up to the possibility of synchronicities, the more you will experience them. Now, it's your turn. Have you ever experienced a synchronicity that changed your perspective or led you to a new path? Share your stories in the comments below. We want to hear how the universe has spoken to you. And if you found this video enlightening, don't forget to subscribe for more content that helps you decode life's deeper signals. Remember, synchronicities are not just random coincidences. They are messages from the universe, guiding you toward your true path. Don't let societal skepticism and doubt hold you back. Embrace these signs and watch your life transform. The universe is speaking to you. Are you listening? Thank you for joining us today. Stay curious, stay open, and until next time, keep seeking those synchronicities. Subscribe now, and let's continue this journey together.